Shubman Gill is absolutely fantastic.
I have a very controversial opinion.
I'm keeping India third.
I would put Pakistan above India. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Blue Tech Studios Presents the Everything Sports Podcast. I know you guys will like this episode because we're talking about you, the fans. So we have Vikrant with us. Vikrant is an indoor city level player. He plays for SS Commune. It's the second best club in the city right now. And we got him to come on one of our podcasts. So please enjoy it, watch it, and like, share, and subscribe. And a lot of you haven't subscribed, so please do that. Just click subscribe down there. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Blue Tech Studios Presents the Everything Sports Podcast. And today we have Vikrant with us. So, Vikrant, let's start with your background. You're a cricket player,
Yeah.
right? You're indoor city level cricket player.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into cricket?
It's been like 15 years since I've been playing cricket. I still remember watching Sachin Tendulkar play
Okay.
and my dad asking me, Ki, you want to play cricket or you want to study? So I was like,
Easy
"Ki,
answer.
no books, only sports. Yeah.
So, were you always like a sporty person? Were you like family, a sporty family? Or were you into studies at a point in your life?
No, my whole family has been into studying. I am the only one who's a bit different from them.
So that's fun. So okay, so you got into cricket in like the school level,
Yeah, school level.
and now what are you doing?
I'm still pursuing cricket.
Okay.
I'm playing for one of the top clubs of Indore.
Okay, what's the club?
It's called SS Commune.
Okay,
Yeah, we have our training ground near Alamandal.
okay, yeah. So you guys train every day, and then
Yeah.
you play these city level tournaments.
Yeah,
and-
we have a practice every day, and there's no chance that we can go and say, "Ki sir, aaj chutti, aaj rehne do." Never gonna happen.
So like, is it just like, do you guys love that? That's why you don't skip practice, or is it like a mandatory thing? Like, if you don't make it to practice, you'll sit out the next game. Or
Cricket
something?
is like my one and only love. So
Okay.
I have to play. It's nothing like mandatory.
Okay.
It's like my passion. So I love doing that. So,
Okay, great. Okay, so moving on to real cricket, moving on to the Indian cricket team. We just had the India versus Pakistan day 2 thing. How do you feel India played in the batting part?
the first match,
No, the second one.
Second.
Yeah, the batting.
India is
That's
actually-
currently going on.
India's actually really playing very well.
Okay.
They are taking their time. They're assessing the what's happening,
Okay.
assessing the situation.
Hmm.
So I think they're playing quite well right now.
Okay. But what do you think about Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul's performance, considering the major heat they had going into the Asia Cup?
No, there are some phases that you don't perform well or you have some kind of pressure, but I don't think so there's gonna be much of a pressure on them right now. And since they are playing really well, Rohit gave us a great start. Like after the first match he got out early,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then it's the time for redemption. He
Yeah.
came and he played really well. KL, like I was just seeing the match and he was approaching to his 100.
Yeah. But it shows like Sharma has been learning from previous matches. Like, I think in the first match it was Nazim who took his wicket. And I think he had
Shaheen took his
Shaheen
wicket,
took it.
yeah.
And I think he had bowled 2 or 3 balls to the outside and then one the inside. That's when the wicket went, right? But this match, when you saw yesterday, the beginning, I think Sharma was doing pretty well. I think he was reading the ball accordingly, and that's why you could see bowlers like Shaheen and Nazim like struggling to take that wicket, that big wicket. What do you feel is the biggest thing going into a match like this as a bowler?
Bowler for Shaheen and
Yeah.
I really don't know. Like Rohit Sharma came up with a game plan. मतलब लास्ट गेम में जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स थी, जो भी गलत हुआ, रोहित शर्मा went back and he saw the highlights probably, and he corrected what went wrong.
Okay.
So it was getting a bit difficult for Shaheen and Naseem, although they were bowling really well. But Rohit Sharma came up with a game plan, he stuck to it, and he was calm, composed, and he played the way he plays. That's super.
And what do you feel about the new emerging star, Shubman Gill?
Shubman Gill is absolutely fantastic.
So
I mean,
we had this discussion, I think I had it with Tanveer, and I've had it before on this podcast. Would you be in favor of playing Shubman Gill only for 1 or 2 formats of the game instead of all formats of the game? Like
No.
specializing him in like 2 formats of the game.
no, why do you have to specialize him for the 2 formats? He can play all.
Yeah, a lot of players can play all, but this was our opinion back then, like during the last podcast. We actually felt like there should be a bit more specialization in the Indian cricket team during selection processes and everything. So you can have bowlers who are made for test and ODIs who can like actually do a lot of damage there. When you think about it, there's only like 1 or 2 bowlers that batsmen are actually afraid of in the Indian cricket lineup, which is kind of low because I think there should be more considering the people we have. So what do you feel about that? Do you think we should do a bit of specialization?
I don't think so, because if you're keeping like कि ये player सिर्फ test, ये player सिर्फ T20, so there'll be a lack of experience.
Okay.
Like for suppose there's Siraj, he's kept for test.
Yeah.
So there are test matches after like every 2 to 3 months, so he's getting the break.
Okay,
What's the point? Momentum is always gonna break. He's gonna play the 5 test matches. He'll be playing for like a month, and then 2 to 3 months rest. Only practice. So I don't think so that's got any point.
Okay. So you feel like there should be like players within like all 3 formats.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it has worked very well for the England cricket team. When you think about bowlers like Jimmy Anderson or Stuart Broad or something, it has really worked for them. So, don't you think we should at least try something like that in the bowling side?
I don't think this is the right time for us to try that, because England has a squad in which there are more experienced players.
Okay.
We are building the team, we are giving them the experience. So it's not the right time, I guess.
Okay. So you feel like maybe like 5-10 years
Yeah.
down the line we should. Okay, that makes sense. And coming back to the India versus Pakistan thing, Asia Cup's going on. Who do you feel like? We have the Super 4, we have Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. Who do you think is realistically making it to the finals?
Whether it's gonna be realistic or I'm talking as a fan, it's obvious
Yeah,
it's gonna
but-
be India versus Pakistan. Bangladesh is almost out of the tournament. It's like 80% sure, because they have
Bangladesh
lost the
actually
2
never
games.
really had a big chance.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka is on a winning streak. They've been on a 13 ODI winning streak, I think 13 or 14, I think right now. What do you feel about their performance?
Sri Lanka is also playing good, but that experience, that composure, I don't think so in comparison to Pakistan or India, and in comparison to Sri Lanka. I'm gonna take their side.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Pakistan is the number 1 ODI team right now. So
Yeah.
Coming back to the ODI thing, because the World Cup is coming, I actually want to know what do you feel are the strongest teams heading into the World Cup? Obviously, Pakistan is there because they're the number 1 ODI team. But if I asked you to rate Pakistan, India, England, Australia, and New Zealand in a top 5 thing, how would you rate them and why?
First, it's gonna be Australia.
Okay. Heading into this World Cup?
Yeah,
Okay.
Australia.
Okay, why?
Australia, if you've seen the last match, like 10 overs, 100 runs. Opening partnership, David Warner, Travis Head.
Yeah.
One down, Manas Labuschagne. They're scoring runs like it's like peanuts.
Yeah, but then you can always argue that they're playing in like a kind of a warm-up match. Like it is a warm-up series heading into the World Cup, right?
No, but the intent which they are playing, that's also important, na?
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you are
makes
playing
sense.
like warm up match hai, abhi thoda sa aise khel lo. So that's the mentality you're gonna take with you in the World Cup.
Okay. So who are you putting second?
Second, it's a tough choice, but I'll go with England.
Okay. Why?
The-
Why England second?
The amount of power hitters they have: Harry Brook, Johnny Bairstow, Ben Stokes, Josh Butler,
Yeah, the sheer squad on
their
paper is amazing.
two all-rounders, Sam Curran and Liam Livingston. And their bowlers as well: Adil Rashid, Reece Stokely, Chris Wokes. They have got batting like at the number 10. So their bowlers can also come and smash the bowlers here and there everywhere.
Okay. And third?
Third is gonna be India.
India?
I'm keeping India third. I don't like to, obviously,
Yeah.
but the kind of form that we have been, the team has not been able to perform consistently.
Okay.
So I'm a bit worried there.
No, it's still better than my opinion. I have a very controversial opinion. I would actually rate, just right now, based on cricketing ability and their form in ODIs, I would put Pakistan above India in that top 5 thing going into the World Cup. Obviously, yeah, we have a great squad and I wish that we win, obviously. But Pakistan has really grown as a cricketing unit in the past 5 years, I feel. Like, they've really made big changes in terms of bowling and batting. And their bowling has improved a ton. It's back to a point where, you know, like in the old days, there was like it's India ka batting versus Pakistan ka bowling, and it's actually getting back to that place. So it's fun to watch them like grow and give us competition.
Obviously, Pakistan has grown a lot, but the matter of fact that Pakistan ने इतने टाइम से इंडिया में क्रिकेट नहीं खेला है.
हाँ, yeah.
The spinning tracks, the wicket of India, the pitches. Pakistan is the least experienced team who has played in India.
So okay. So it makes sense that it's happening in India, so you'll rate
so
them
it's
low.
gonna be tough.
Okay.
Plus the crowd. Whether
It's always going to be against
whether Pakistan
yeah.
is playing against England or Australia, the crowd is never gonna
Yeah,
let them
but-
play peacefully.
Okay, but keeping the crowd aside, I understand what you're saying. It's a surprise factor, basically. You can't rate them, really. So, would you put them below or above New Zealand?
To be honest, I'm a bit confused to New Zealand or Pakistan fourth or fifth, but okay, if they're number one ODI team, I'll keep them fourth. Because I'm not satisfied, kyunki if you see the past series, it's been Zimbabwe, Netherlands, Bangladesh.
Yeah, it's all B-level teams, I think. Yeah.
I don't like to say that,
Yeah,
but
but
you know that
growing
what's the
teams.
truth. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So scoring centuries against them, playing 5 matches series with them, and then going top of the order in that
Yeah.
points table.
Yeah.
So I don't really consider that. If they're playing with England, Australia and bashing them like 5-0, 4-0 and series,
Then it makes sense. Okay. So, you don't think it's deserved, that number 1 spot? Okay, makes sense. So, what do you feel about KL coming back and being in form? Like, even Shreyas Iyer came back recently. What do you feel about these guys right now? Obviously, both of them have had this, weird 2 years with a lot of injuries and strains and stuff like that, minor injuries and stuff. Both of them coming back for the Asia Cup. They're doing good. KL currently playing, nearing his 100. And Shreyas is also a great player, I feel. What do you feel about those two heading into the World Cup?
Talking about KL, so I'm really happy with the way he's playing right now.
Okay.
After 2 years of such madness,
Yeah.
he's here, and this is the first chance after
Yeah. This is his first match. Yeah.
and he's playing brilliantly, calmed, composed, best.
Okay.
And Shreyas Iyer also got his chance, but he gave his wicket away.
Yeah.
He was in a bit of a hurry to score runs. That I think. So it's all about the chances and how you grab them, how you make your chance into an opportunity. So I think KL is doing that very good.
Who do you like who would you pick for that number 3, number 4?
Number 4, I'll go for KL.
Number 4, you go for KL. Okay. But like why? Why would you put him above Shreyas?
If you can see the stats,
Hmm.
the way he was playing today,
Hmm.
like they are.
Again, this is just one match he's come back.
No, after 2 years, Shreyas also played one match. KL also played one match.
So
we
you're
have
only
a base
basing
to
it on that.
compare.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Then okay,
So-
that's fair.
But if I'm the coach, if I'm the selector, मैं भी उसी player को खिलाऊंगा जो अच्छे form में है.
Obviously. Like, especially if you're going into the World Cup, then yeah. Okay. So, let's talk about the squad for a while. Do you think the BCCI missed out on any good players this time around? We all saw the World Cup squad. Like, personally, in my opinion, there was this thing ki they should have picked Chahal over Kuldeep. Like, that was my opinion. And then, like, even I had, like a realization. I saw the stats and everything, and they're like pretty much equal in ODIs. And like, it's a very tough call to pick either one. But I always feel like Chahal has had that extra IPL and extra international cricket games experience in these stadiums, in these moments, and like big pressure situations. So that's why I was saying that they should have picked Chahal over Kuldeep. That was my only change in the squad. What about you?
I think that they both should have been in the team. Because
Okay.
Kuldeep for me is like a trump card.
Okay.
Because there are no Chinamen in the tournament as of now.
Yeah. But we only have like 4 squads announced. I think like 4 or 5 squads.
Yeah, but you see the cricket, you watch the matches all over the
So
year. So
no
there's
one's, like,
no
in
left-arm
form.
Chinaman right now.
Okay.
And most of the teams have a batting order in which there are mostly righty batters.
Yeah. So that left-right thing works
Yeah.
out pretty well.
And
okay.
I don't think उनके पास वो experience या वो practice होगी left-arm Chinaman को खेलने की.
Especially on a heavy spinning pitch.
Heavy spinning track in India.
Yeah. Okay. So
Chahal has missed out, and I think Arshdeep, one left arm every team should have.
okay.
Like
Again for the same reason, right? For the left-right thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Australia, like I mentioned, कि मैं उनको first इसलिए रख रहा हूँ क्योंकि their pace attack. Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood, and Mitchell Starc.
Yeah.
One left arm and 2 right arm, lethal bowlers.
Okay.
So we also need one left arm so that there's some kind of variation in the bowling. Some batters find it difficult to play left arm bowlers.
Yeah.
At
okay.
that point, we don't have a plan कि भाई left arm pacer because we don't have them
Yeah.
in the squad.
So, apart from like Arshdeep and Chahal and all this, who else do you feel? Would you make any changes in the batting lineup?
No, I don't think so.
No. Would you like order wise?
No, otherwise it's Rohit, Shubman, 1 down Kohli,
Yeah.
2 down Rahul,
Yeah.
3 Ishan, then Hardik, Jadeja, Shardul. Shardul is a surprise package. And to be honest, India has been choking a lot while batting.
Yeah,
So
especially
I
at the tail
think
end,
the
yeah.
addition of Shardul Thakur is gonna solve some of our problems. He bats really well, and
Yeah.
if you have a batter at number 8, so that's also
That
good.
helps actually a lot. Yeah. Okay. And what do you feel about the other squads that have come out? I think Australia's squad came out. What do you feel about Australia's chances?
Australia
Like we spoke about the bowling attack.
Hmm.
What about the batting attack?
batting is superb. Australia is going unorthodox. I don't know what to say. Like opening with 2 lefty batters.
Yeah,
with
that
full
is
of
actually
confidence.
Very,
That's
new.
a great move.
Yeah.
I don't see any other team pulling off that move.
But it has worked really well for them. It might not really work well for other teams. It depends on the players also.
Travis said David Warner are playing really brilliant. And then Steven Smith, Manas Labuschagne, Stoinis, Cameron
What do you
Green.
feel about Labuschagne? Like he's had an amazing growth over the past 5 years, I think now. he got into like the Indian fans' eyes through that test series, the Border Gavaskar thing. Now, what do you feel Labuschagn's next step should be? Like, he's going to the World Cup squad, right? He's an amazing player. Do you feel like there should be an IPL team with Marnus Labuschagne in it?
See, Manas Labuschagne has scored in ODI and tests. He hasn't been able to make his spot in the Australian T20 team. So there are no stats, or in like the BBL also.
Yeah.
Manas haven't scored runs in T20. So
Yeah.
I don't think so any IPL team is
But
gonna
do you
go.
think he should start, like maybe with the BBL he starts and then he comes to the IPL? But do you think he should start going into the T20 side of the game now?
Obviously, he's a class batter. There's no question that he should start. The matter of fact that if he performs in BBL, then the Australian T20 team gates will be open automatically.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, so coming back to India and all these guys. So we have the India-Pakistan match currently going on. As Vikrant said, KL is nearing his 100. And I wanted to get your opinion on the fans. We were talking about the fans and how Indian fans will be against Pakistan cricketers and everything. But how do you feel the fans have handled players like Sharma or Kohli going out of form for like a phase? As you said, it's a phase, right? How do you feel the fans, like our fans, have handled our players?
See, some of the fans like me. So I have been through thick and thin with Kohli. Like he didn't perform well for the almost 3 years.
Yeah, not even 3 years.
Almost,
it was like a
yeah,
19, 20
almost
thing,
3
yeah.
years, and he scored his century after 100 and, nahin, after what 1021 days. I was literally crying when I saw him hit that six. So the fans like me are always there with the team whether they perform good or not. But there are some fans that I don't really understand what's going on. Like they are ki if Rohit Sharma didn't score, to vada pav. That doesn't make any sense. Kohli didn't score, he choked, so chokely. This is all bullshit. I don't really understand what's going on. And they call themselves as fans. Fans.
Do you think it's just patriotism being confused for fandom or something? So, going back to the Indian cricket team, KL just scored a century. So, and we saw people on social media going back to that classy and all that stuff, like कि हाँ अच्छा खेल रहा है. What do you feel like about the Indian cricket team fans and how they have been a bit fickle in terms of not understanding the form of the players and everything like that? How do you feel about the fans?
Just to clear, Virat also scored a century.
Yeah, Virat also
not
scored a
KL.
century, but the
Now
coming back
to the,
from an
now
injury,
coming
yeah.
to the fans, like I don't understand what kind of fans there are. It's like Rohit 0 पे आउट हो गया, वड़ा पाव. विराट कोहली जल्दी आउट हो गया, चोक कर गया, चोकली. That's utter bullshit. You can't say things like that.
Okay, but how can you control it? Like, it's not in one person's hands or something like.
Obviously you can't control it, but तुम अपने आप को फिर fans भी नहीं बुलाओ ना.
Okay, makes sense.
नहीं, what kind of fan you are? If the team is not performing well, player is going through a phase, he is not performing, and that's the time where you need to support him. You need to ensure that you are there for him, you are a real fan. Bashing him at that point, that doesn't make any sense. When Virat Kohli had that drought, he was facing unnecessary criticism towards him.
It was actually very
Like,
publicized.
शादी हो गई,
हाँ, तो अनुष्का की करती है and all
फिर
that stuff also happened.
after that they were like कि उसकी बच्ची हो गई, बच्ची. There's no point.
Yeah, like the fans have been very fickle, and all of this is a very wrong like thought process and all of that. But do you feel like there is any way the fans will change? Like, do you feel like maybe 10 years down the line, the fans do change?
I want them to change, but I don't think so.
Like, we've seen this in sports like football or something. Like, in football, we recently had that Vinicius Junior racism thing and everything. And a lot of fans supported him through that and everything. Instead of, like, like shouting at him that you stop playing and all of that. People were actually supporting him and everything. Do you feel like cricket will grow like that in terms of the fandom in the next 5-10 years?
I think it will, and it should as well. Like, obviously, there are some fans in which I count myself. Like, Kohli scored his 71st century after 1021 days, and it was around 8 to 9 p.m. I was literally crying. I was waiting for that moment. And there are some fans, they are like कि अच्छा नहीं खेल रहा है तो और चढ़ जाओ. What's the sense? If they play well, they are like they are gonna post stories कि मेरी टीम, मेरा प्लेयर है. If they don't perform well, तो क्या प्लेयर है, क्या कर रहा है उस लेवल पे, रिटायर हो जा. तो I don't know what to say. It's like they are not realizing कि what gems we have right now.
But yeah, I guess everyone has to realize that all of these people playing for the Indian cricket team are special. Just because of the sheer stats that you have over 1 billion people in the country and only these 11 players are playing. So that is a big deal. But also I feel like people should understand it is a game at the end of the day, and like you have to treat it like one, because otherwise it leads to all of these things, right? It like comes into your personal lives and all that, and every opinion you have is negative. So that doesn't make sense. You have to realize that it is a sport. Players do have bad times, players do have good times, but yeah, as you said, you should support them during the bad times if you're a proper fan. So what were you doing during 2019 when Kohli had that big
I
bad
was
spell?
literally like folding my hands कि आज run बन जाए, आज run बन जाए. I was like, I don't know, that was like कि मेरा भी एक ऐसा फेस था कि मैं 3 साल मुझसे मैं नहीं खेल पा रहा हूँ. I am so
Was you were
connected
so
with him.
affected by that कि you weren't able to
I
play?
literally cried after his 71st century. I was getting calls कि भाई तेरे कोहली ने रन बना दिया. That's good. I like that feeling. But some of the time, like if he doesn't score, then some people call कि भाई तेरे कोहली ने.
तेरा player क्या
What
कर
तेरा
रहा है?
कोहली? नहीं, what is this nonsense तेरा कोहली? तुम इंडिया में नहीं हो, इंडियन टीम तुम्हारी टीम नहीं है, तुम ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हो. टीचिंग कोहली की भाई 10th बॉल की स्टंप पे बैट क्यों लगा रहे? तुम गली में प्लास्टिक बॉल से खेलो. ये सब बातें तो कोहली को मत सिखाओ.
Makes sense. Calm down, it's okay. So anyways, going back to the World Cup, obviously, yeah, again, it's a matter of opinion of the person. But we all want India to win.
Yeah.
But realistically, do you feel like we have a good enough squad to win? Compared to the giants like Australia or England right now, who, as you said, have like a ton of batting, a ton of bowling, and they have smartly placed their opening pair and everything, unorthodox styles and everything. Do you feel like India realistically, the current squad, in the current form they are in, have a chance?
Realistically, India are not the favorites, but they still can win.
Okay.
There's a bit of advantage that we are playing at our home. So most of the players have.
I think that's a very big advantage.
No, that's a big advantage, but it's cricket. It's like कि, we say in our club कि भाई दिन की बात है.
Ah, okay.
Which team performs well at that given day is gonna take away the match.
Okay. But realistically, you do feel like we have a chance, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. Let's end this episode of the Everything Sports Podcast. And thank you, Vikrant, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope we can have you back during the World Cup. Yeah?
Yeah, I'll be there for the fans.
Yeah. ये fans पे एक और करना पड़ेगा podcast.
Done.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And a lot of you haven't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. Thank you.